How you doing? It's Covert Radio. This is the Sunday show. It's been a while since we've had a Sunday show, and I figured I'd bring it back. This was written by Covert Radio on 12/16, 2002. This is almost 20 years old. I'm looking at it right here. December the 16th, 2002 at 11:58 p.m. You know, I'm sure this would sound way better if you're in your vehicle right now. Because your cell phone's definitely not going to pick up the low tones in this. Oh boy, that's crazy. I mean, I literally have terabytes and terabytes before they were even terabytes to record on of data, of music, man. And this is just an idea that's never was really finished. Man, December 16th, 2002, 11:58 p.m. Alrighty, that's enough of that. This is Covert Radio. This is the Sunday show. And, normally, well, I should say in the past, the Sunday show was dedicated to other topics. Just whatever. I mean, it could have been anything, but I said recently that's kind of what we're going to be leaning to is a lot of different content, just content I've been putting off. But as you can see, there's a picture of President Trump there, looking all sad. He's on the South Lawn there, just got off of Marine One, the helicopter, and he just got back from the campaign rally in Tulsa, Oklahoma. He's looking pretty sad. This is going to be a rough show right here. Because, I don't really have anything to lose. I don't. I mean, and I've already been okay with the fact that they're probably going to take this channel. I've put up other channels, but I'm going to do like other people have done. The second they take Covert Radio down, I'm going to be right back on YouTube. They will literally have to sue me in court to stop me from speaking. I know it's worked for a lot of other people. They've taken a lot of great voices off this platform. But, picture's worth 1,000 words. Look at this right here. Just two people way up in the rafters. There's a reason I'm showing you guys this. Now, that's more like it there. I didn't vote for Trump. I've never hid that fact. I am a true conservative. Trump is he's an insider. He's one of the banker boys, and he owes a lot of money and a lot of favors to people that are who think they own the world, essentially. And I'm not getting into all this. This isn't going to be this isn't going to be politically based, I should say. But I can't not address what the controllers are forcing down everybody's throat. I can't not address it. I know there's a lot of, drama and things you guys can get into. YouTube is primarily any more bread and circus. But while there's bread and circus happening, there are massive sweeping changes happening behind the scenes. And what's going to happen is people are going to wake up one day and just realize, like, why didn't I pay attention? Why didn't I care? Why was I watching somebody's lifestyle that's purposely fake and trying to sway what I feel is important, what I feel my family should be focused on, where I feel I should spend money? This is all programmed into us. It's beaten into our minds every day. But I think the thing that's coming all to the surface that they can't really hide anymore is the fact that they care. They care so much. They care just so dang much, and they want equality. They want it so much. That's what the BLM wants, even though it's been published. And I have a video by Candace Owens, a second one. I'm going to dedicate just one Covert Radio afternoon to just Candace Owens, or evening, and how awesome she is and how on the money she is with her observations and her opinions. Again, all fact-based, righteousness. But she got into a couple years ago, the then demands of the BLM leaders, and if you're a white person and you're a homeowner, you need to start making preparations to pack and move out of your house to give that to a black family. If you're a landowner, you better get ready to sign over your land to a black family. See, that's what's happening in South Africa. That's what's been happening. And, similar to America, I guess you could say, there were indigenous people on the South African tip there. But back in and I'm just going from memory, 1400s, I want to say, 1460s, something like that. The Dutch settled South Africa and the Cape and everything down there, and everything was going good for a long time. I'm not talking about apartheid or anything like that. I'm talking about the South and how it's just over the years become more extreme, more dangerous, more extreme, more dangerous. And the Dutch and the British and everybody's been, pushed out. And over the last couple years, it got to the point where these northern tribe members were coming down, and they want their reparations. They want their payback for apartheid and things like that. And what they did is they start stealing the land, but they weren't stealing it. They already took over parliament and everything. It's predominantly black ran. It's black everything for the most part. You have a pocket here and there if you look into the African parliament, and it's weird how they run stuff. But every one of the leaders that have been black are just mired in controversy and bribery and scandal. It's not a white or black thing, but it's just they can't get it together. But anyway, long story short, the true account of what's happening in South Africa is that these northerners and these tribe members are coming down pissed off at all the whiteys, and they want their land. Even though these farms and this land benefits everybody that it can benefit in the entire country, or as far as they can ship it before it spoils, even though it's commercial farming, it benefits everybody, keeps the stores and the markets stocked with fresh produce and fresh fruit, even though they still want the whiteys to give up the land. They want them out of Africa. South Africa, and they did this in I think it was Zimbabwe, and then everybody started starving to death. Nobody wanted to work. Nobody wanted to run the farms. They didn't want to do the work the white people were doing to maintain the farm and to feed, hundreds of thousands of people. So then, after starving and a few million people died of starvation, they begged the white farmers to come back. And they did. But the same thing's happening right now in South Africa. And, by force or choice, you're getting off the land. And what they've been doing, there's accounts of the Northerners coming down, and they'll attack a family. They'll surround a farm, and they'll pull all the family members outside. They'll rape the women. Then they kill the women in front of the men. But before they do any of this, they slice the Achilles tendon of the men. We're talking like 20-1. We're talking 20 tribesmen on one guy. Hold him down, hold his sons down, whatever, his brothers. They slice your Achilles tendon so you can't run, you can't walk. And then they rape the white women and kill them in front of you. And see, I can feel the smiles from all you racists, you black racists listening to me right now. You love the sound of that. Yeah. See, that's how much hate that you have to examine. That's your hate. Your own hate. Mommy didn't hold you. Daddy wasn't around. What is it, bud? What is it? But anyway, after that, they put a tire filled with gasoline or kerosene over top of the men, and they light it on fire while they're bound, their arms and everything and legs are tied after their Achilles tendons are cut. And that's how they're killing the white men in South Africa. That's predominantly black culture. That's predominantly a black parliament. Those are predominantly black laws. Just like in Africa, they're saying now that they don't want the Western knowledge. They don't want that. I actually have a recording of this. That they don't want to learn about gravity that was created by a white man because an apple fell out of a tree. They want to erase all that. They don't want to learn anything about gravity like that because they say there has to be a black guy that also observed gravity and has his own story to tell. So they literally want to erase all Western knowledge out of their school system and their education system, and they want to replace it with tribe knowledge or whatever, African knowledge, or whoever the African Thomas Edison is, whoever the African Tesla is. Whoever, they want to replace all that. They don't want to learn what the white man has taught them for, 400 or 500 years. They don't want to learn that anymore, which is fine. It's up to you. You create the laws. It's your country. It's your whatever. You're taking it over inch by inch, yard by yard. That's, hey, whatever. I just question how far are we from that in America. Because everything, here's my main issue. Everything that's happening is bullshit. I know it's bullshit. I know it's virtue signaling. And the majority of intelligent people, white, black, red, green, yellow, purple, the majority of intelligent people who are woke, they also know it's bullshit. These snowflakes, these virtue signaling people, they're the enemy of righteousness. They're the enemy of intelligence. They're the enemy of sanity. And they're the enemy of organized civil societies. And they're always the stupid ones. The stupid ones are recruited for police. The stupid ones are recruited into these legal gangs of BLM and Antifa and all this. I mean, we're talking several double-digit point IQs. Violent, soulless people. A lot of them. or they believe their ideology is so righteous that they're like delusional. They can't function in a organized civil society. And again, I don't blame them for that. I blame vaccines. I blame drugs. I blame mommy and daddy and Grammy and pappy. That's who I blame. I don't blame these young kids for the most part. I mean, but after a while it gets old and they are going to have to make a choice. You know what I mean? But nothing means anything to these people. Nothing means anything. It's like upside down. And the fact that these controllers keep trying to tell you how much they care. I've always said this, you know, like with Comcast for years had to run a campaign, ad campaign, multi-million-dollar campaign of how much they care and how much, you know, your service appointment means to them. This is after they were blown out of the water with, knock and walk, basically. You'll have an appointment. Somebody had to call off work to make sure they could leave the Comcast technician in because they haven't had internet for 4 days. And this is the only time they can get an appointment. So they called off work to make sure they're there. Next thing you know, it's like 3 hours past the appointment time. They call Comcast. They're like, well, where's the guy at? They're like, oh, he was already there, 2.5 hours ago. Check your door. He said he put a note on it. So what they figured out these service techs were doing is they were going up to people's doors and they would tag it and walk. Tag, knock, and walk. They would like tag it. Oh, sorry, we missed you. Pop, pop. And then they'd run off to their truck and take off. Never really knocking, never trying to get in touch, no pre-calls, because they're so overscheduled for the day. So they learned this is how I get a longer break. This is how I get a longer lunch. I just tag, knock, and walk. So once all of this started coming out and, there's a lot of other reasons, but Comcast had to spend millions and millions and millions of dollars on an ad campaign to tell you that they care. If somebody has to pay money to tell you they care, there's an issue. There's a mass. That's when you really want to run the other way because it's obvious they don't care. Like, you don't have to pay somebody to, hey, I care. Can I give you another $100? No, I care. Here's a punch in the face. No, but I care. Here's $200. Go to the dentist. Oh, sorry, I hit you in the face with that bat. Here's $200 more. Go see an orthodontist. Like, it's just, don't tell me you care when you got to pay to tell me you care. But these people care. They care. They care. They want equality. They want it all. They just want an end to it all. They're going to take 400 or 500 years and just in 1 month, they're going to change everything. Their endless money, all their endless manipulation, all their endless media outlets. The fourth branch of the military is CNN and all the media, ABC, NBC, CBS. They're all military. They have their endless technology. They want to act like Google's an independent company. They want to act like Twitter's an independent company, and they have the whole structure and facade set up. But at the end of the day, again, this is to squelch free speech and to track individuals, track your activity. There's no, they've found so many ways around your rights. They found many ways around your freedom of speech. And everybody can see that, like the smart people all understand. In the 70s, 80s, they took down the baby bells. Bell Telephone was too big. They had a monopoly. Right? And they broke up Bell. They called it the baby bells. But they won't break up Google for some reason. But it's not a monopoly. It's not a monopoly, right? Come on. Like Apple and Google don't run the entire planet right now. You might as well say, because at the end of the day, it either all points back to Google or it all points back to Apple. Just like cell phones, you will not own a cell phone unless Google or Apple is primarily 98% in charge of your phone. You pay the bill. You buy the phone. but they control it. They control what's put on it, like the emergency alert from the presidential emergency alert. How about that? That's not even a drop in the bucket. We're talking access to the mic, access to the camera, access to your contents, your text, your images. Come on. I'm not even getting in all. But they want equality. They want equality. No competition, just equality. But they want to tell you what equality is, and they want to tell you who is to be treated equally. Because even now, why they're doing this, it's already falling apart. While they're in the midst of this, they still can't brainwash everybody enough, because there's cracks everywhere to prove and show and prove that not everybody's equal. Not everything is equal. It's all bullshit. They will never, ever, ever be able to stop people from understanding or discerning the truth. Especially people with the God-given gift of discernment. I don't care what you own, how much media you have, how many billions and trillions of dollars you print up every day. You're never going to stop people from understanding the truth. And see, to some of them, that's like an open, challenge. Like, what was it in 1984? 2 + 2 is 5. No, Winston, 2 + 2 is 4. No, it's not. 2 + 2 is 5, because Big Brother says it is. And they eventually tortured him to the point to actually get his brain broken enough to see that 2 + 2 equaled 5. But he still knew deep down. See, I love how it all ends, because it leaves you wondering, like, did Winston really get broken, or did he just give up? And maybe that's the title to this Sunday show. Are the American people broken, or are they just giving up? You cannot convince people that you care, because people know you don't care. People can see that you don't care. And people know you're virtue signaling. It's all bullshit. The funniest thing is with black and white, and they're so convinced on, so adamant about convincing people of, you're white, you're black, you're white, you're black, you're white, you're black. Right? But they want equality so bad. That's all they want. But yet, the BLM and all these people, these idiots, they want to maintain their black entertainment media channels. Some of them want nothing but black people to care about black lives. Some of them want white people to care about black lives. Some of them only want people to stand in the middle of the interstate to block traffic, while they all stand 100 yards behind them and say, Black Lives Matter. It matters, not them, because they can be hit by traffic. Just our lives matter. It's all bullshit. You still want your black colleges, right? But yet, at the same time, everybody beats the doors down to other colleges and schools for, free entrance for minorities, free tuition and everything. But you want to maintain see, that's what I'm saying. You don't want equality. You want control. And we all see what happens with control. We all seen it. We all see what's happened to South Africa. We've all seen what's happened to the parliament too. I will quit every job, sell everything I have to campaign for Candace Owens. If I can sit with her and we can really sit down and use the word meritocracy. I want a meritocracy in America. Meritocracy, however you want to say it. meritocracy, I don't know. However, a society based on merit, which is how it was for hundreds of years. Hundreds and hundreds of years. And it wasn't until the government started stepping into people's lives, the Democrats mainly, trying to say, well, no, we're going to help. We're going to do this. All these entitlement programs done nothing but cripple people and hurt them. A meritocracy is what I want. Meritocracy. A society based on merit. And that's what's, Candace Owen speaks of. Because you don't want equality. You don't want that. Not everything is equal, and not every person is equal. I can't sit here and crunch numbers in my head and give you probability statistics of somebody dropping an 8-ball on the first strike of a game of pool. I can't give you those numbers, and I don't even know how to start to give you those numbers. So how is that equal to somebody who can do that? I accept the fact that, we're all men and women. We're all basically created equal, but there are people that work and work and work and work and work to make themselves better, smarter, faster, stronger. And these people aren't supposed to be rewarded in life, in society. What they want to do is they want to push the overachievers down. And this is all written. This is all in their writings. We don't want a society of philosophy, of medicine, and we don't want that. We have all that we need, especially now that they've gotten technology. They don't want that. They want medical guinea pigs. They want worker ants for their factories. And now they don't even want that anymore because they found slaves in communist China to do it. So where do the American people fit into this? They want us to kill ourselves, like my last show or my other. They want us to kill ourselves. What they really want is for all of us to kill each other. Like I've said this for 4 years. They want us to kill each other. They want this race war to start, and they keep pushing. Like if you see anything in the news, oh my goodness, somebody finally got killed in Capitol Hill. Did you see that in the last day or so? Last night? Somebody got killed, and it's what they're going to do. There's going to be a U-Haul that pulls up in Capitol Hill, and white nationalists, white, green, they're all going to have Trump hats on, and they're all going to jump out and just start fucking destroying people. This is what's happening. They keep building this up. They want to start this race war. And that's why Trump isn't doing anything for the most part. He wants the people to start. He wants, these good old boys down south. He wants it all to start up. Go handle this. Get this race war started, because that does two things. That kills millions of people. It destroys billions of dollars worth of neighborhoods and property that can be bought up for pennies on the dollar, or just taken over by the government. And it also causes people to blow through their ammunition. And then the UN comes in and they clean up the bodies, and that's when they, just like the Georgia Guidestones, they get their keep the population under, 500 million, and that's what they want. But they don't want equality. They do not want that. The government doesn't want that. The controllers doesn't want that. The Zionists don't want that. The communists don't want that. The BLM doesn't want that. Nobody wants that. There are some people who want it. They want a meritocracy. They want things to everybody to have equal opportunities. Absolutely. But I don't want you to hand my job over to somebody who has a little bit more melanin in their skin than I do, which again, for the 100th time, has happened to me several times in the corporate world. Absolutely 100%. I am a victim of affirmative action. I want people to be judged on character. I want them to be judged on their education, their qualities. That's what I want. Your merit. What have you done to get there? Like, who is it? The CEO of Reddit or whatever. He's married to the tennis player. What's her name? Serena Williams. I think it's Reddit. He stepped down as CEO of the company, and he was like, give my position to somebody of color. Like, how to me, that's so bizarre and so racist and so just delusional to me. I don't know why people don't see that as bizarre or racist. Like, why, how, I mean, would it, like, I don't know. I just don't get it. I don't get it. Why wouldn't the person who's most qualified to be the CEO of Reddit get the position? Because that's not, people don't want equality. They don't. Even though they keep telling you they do, and the commercials on their television, their black mirrors tell you that, and they're chanting that, and they hold signs that says that, but nobody really wants that. They don't want equality. They want entitlements. Like the free reparations, and they want their free money, and they want, like I said, white people's houses and white people's land. It has nothing to do with who your family is. Like, it's just so fucking bizarre to me, man. It has nothing to do with that. You're white. I want your house. Really. Like the guy on the last video I did. If you're white, you got to pay a black person $10. For what? For what? So, Jaden Smith is standing beside me, right? Jaden Smith is standing beside me. 2 black parents. He's a black kid, 20-something. I got to pay him $10, right? I'm below the poverty line, but I got to pay a multi-millionaire son, probably close to billionaire son, $10, and that's going to what? Is that going to stop him from not killing himself, being a trendy vegan, looking like an alien with cancer? Like, is that going to stop all that? Is that going to stop his mental abilities from living in daddy's shadow? My $10 isn't going to do jack shit. Just like giving reparations to a lot of these, gang banging hoodlums. What is reparations going to do for them? Are they going to all of a sudden have a change of heart with what, $25,000 in a bank account somewhere? And what is the price? Is it $2,500? Is it $250,000? What's the price? I don't care what the price is. All money does is underline who you are. That's it. So you're going to buy dope. You're going to go re-up. You're going to fucking what? What are you going to do? Buy guns? Like, what are you really going to do? Are you going to buy a house in the country and start over? And ask God for forgiveness of all the innocent lives you've taken? Is that what you're going to do with reparation money? No. You don't want equality. You want reparations. You want all, and that's just for people with melanin in their skin. That's inequality. You don't want affirmative action to stop, which is not equal, is unfair. You don't want, see, that's what I'm saying. You act like people are supposed to just buy into all your bullshit, but there's so many holes in it already. And I've not even seen one piece of legislation that says anything about fixing the oppressive racism in America. You people don't even know what you're saying anymore. I really believe that. The evil and the insanity is so deep. You don't want equality. Like this here. Trump rally highlights vulnerabilities heading into the election. And, we went through the pictures. They talk about the lower than expected turnout at the comeback rally in particular left Trump fuming. there's really only one strategy left for him, and that is to propel that rage and anger and try to split the society? Are you fucking kidding me? See what I mean? See the doublespeak? The people who write this are the ones who are actually splitting society right now. Trump didn't mention George Floyd, the African American whose death at the hands of Minnesota. Like, I can't even read this garbage. I can't. Because I'm sure Obama would have said that could have been my son. But these same people who are all tied together, they will not tell you and revisit the Strong Cities Initiative done and created by Obama that put millions and hundreds of millions of dollars of military equipment on the street. They won't talk about that. It's bad, said Republican operative Rick Tyler, a frequent Trump critic. Figures a Trump critic gets press. Oh, wow. So they want to make it look like they want him to look sad, disheveled, broken. You know, what else? Nobody's there. Look at this. There was 4 people at the Trump rally. Oh, they had, everybody that was in the camera shot. But yeah, that's really who was there. You know, it's just dwindling down. And people they love George Floyd so much. And these people were busy giving their money and their houses and their land over to black folks that, you know, they didn't even have time to come support the president of the United States. But what they don't tell you is shit like this, that there's Zoomers, which is probably, I know what Zoomers are. It's Generation Z. But there's really probably some military-ran communist group of people that are, you know, masquerading as kids, you know, on TikTok and shit. Zoomers boast that they sabotaged the Trump rally turnout with fake reservations. Millions, they have said, Generation Z are claiming on social media that they are partly responsible for the a number of empty seats. They put millions of requests in for tickets. They reserved masses of tickets to the rally, but they had no intention of going. So let me put this in perspective for you. Yeah, she looks like a young kid. What are you, 28, 30, bud? 60, 58, 60, a bunch of kids. Kids hate Trump. They hate America. Yeah. Who's this guy? Shoot, I forgot I was supposed to be baking bread and dancing with Faris that day. Oh, what a you have to be 13 to understand that. And it's misspelled too, just like a 13-year-old. Oh, these kids today. These military group of communists, they just know all the trendy words and the apps, and they know the right apps to use. When they're not searching for little runaway girls that can be kidnapped, they're out creating political, farcities. So let's just understand what's happening here. Not only do all the same people run the media, not only do all the same people run every news agency, not only do the same, and I'm saying this group of people who have allegiance to communism, not only do they also run all of the major social media outlets, they own all the print. Yet, again, they still can't convince people enough that America isn't separate and destroyed. Do you understand what I'm saying? They have to lie and fake and cheat and smear and lie and block and delete and kick you off of, delete your post, change your words, ban your channel, ban your Twitter, take your website down, hide your website, shadow ban you, on and on and on and on. Now they're lying. Now they're reserving fake seats that they had never had intention of going to, just so they could get the headline on AP that, well, gosh, jolly geez, the Trump rally highlights vulnerabilities heading into the election. You think? I mean, do you really think? You've lied, stolen, cheated, tricked the entire process just to get this headline. Oh, well, geez, not too many people showed up to support America. America's dead. And they've done everything they could to make sure that that's happening. The same people, same side of the fence, Clintons, Obamas, Biden, they're all on the same side of the fence. They lie, scam, steal, cheat, kill, just to get a headline like this. And everybody's supposed to believe this is reality because they say so. Even though 99% of the shit they say is you can see straight through it. Just like they want equality. Nothing else matters. We want equality. The time is now. But none of the I can't, man. You know, just like they control the celebrities, they control Hollywood. Celebrities are now being fired and removed from Hollywood and their jobs because of a joke they made 20 years ago. The dreaded white career-killing N-word. 20 years ago. They may have used the N-word, and now their career, their job, their family, their lives are destroyed. They lose everything. Just like Paula Deen. Ask Paula Deen what happens when you use the dreaded career, what career killing N-word. They care and they want equality, right? They care and they want equality. That's why these same people, again, everybody's on the communist side of the fence. Google, YouTube, Alphabet. They pay for and they protect people like Sotomayor, who is paid and he's promoted to show how much he cares about equality with things like this. Here we go. Let me bring this up here. Right? Here we go. Oh, let me close that. This is Kanika Jenkins. And we've gone over this. If you ever watch Covert Radio or listen to anything I've done, I've visited this several times, and see, you know, it's just unbelievable to me. I know this video was flagged. It was flagged multiple times. This is a young girl. Oh, you're going to keep crashing on me, huh? Let's try this one more time. Unbelievable. What, you don't want me to show this? Hold on. Let me do this. Let me try this. Let me move this over here. I know you guys have seen this before. Oh my God. Oh, that's funny. Here, you know what? Talk amongst yourself here. I got plenty of media players, right? Let's see here. Let's see if this one crashes.
Sing a song about the chick that got found in the freezer.
Right, Tommy?
Sing a...
Yeah, this is Tommy Sotomayor. And there are hundreds and hundreds of people at this live stream. You can see that that's Google. Let's see here.
Sing a song about the chick that...
There we go. You can see this is YouTube. There's the Google logo right there. This is the live chat. You can see somebody paid $20 because they're all having a good time. You got your wrench there. This is on YouTube, and I know this video was flagged. I know for a fact it was because it's beyond inappropriate. That is the crime scene death photos of Kanika Jenkins. And this is what Tommy Sotomayor is paid to do and allowed to do on YouTube.
Sing a song about the chick that got found in the freezer. Sing a song. I saw her tits when she was alive and wanted to please her. She had a nice ass pair. When she walked by, you stare at her big tits and her fake hair on her head. I done fucked up the Negro spiritual. That is wrong. That is wrong. But
there you go, right? Everybody laughing and ha ha ha, LOL. Yeah, it's funny. Play Ice Ice Baby. But they want equality. This is, yeah, Google especially. Don't be evil, Goo, right? Right. I don't even know. Here's some of the celebrities who have been fired for their racist comments as Hollywood takes account. Hollywood takes account, really. Oh, boy. Jimmy Fallon. You know, let's watch this little clip here. There's some volume here.
For an SNL skit that...
Yeah, there's Jimmy Fallon. See what I mean? They don't want equality. What they want is they want to tell you who's allowed to do certain things and who isn't allowed to do those exact same things. Because let a Republican or somebody who's openly, a supporter of conservatism or even Trump, let them do something like this, and they will be destroyed. Everything that these people could destroy, they will. You've lost your job. You've lost this. Turn your kids against you. Whatever they would do, you maybe even put you in jail for a hate crime. But Jimmy Fallon can do it, and it's okay because he's one of them. He trashes Trump 24/7 on his show, which he's turned into in my opinion, a retarded playground that's just unbelievably unprofessional and stupid. Nobody cares about squirt gun battles at age 50 and 60 years old. Buddy, you're an idiot. Clown. Hardy har har. That is funny.
It aired 2 decades ago. Hey, I'm Ralphie Aversa, and here's one of the stories we're following at Entertain This. Okay, so Fallon's in hot water this week.
Yeah, he's in the hot water. Then you never heard anything else about it. He's still streaming on YouTube. He still has the YouTube channel. He still does media junkets and whatever else he wants. But again, they want to tell you what is equal.
something that happened back in 2000. But this controversy started brewing a few years ago. Let's explain. Back in 2017, an eagle-eyed Reddit user noticed
Again, 2 years ago, but now all of a sudden everybody cares.
something odd on NBC's website. A thumbnail for an old Saturday Night Live skit showed Jimmy in blackface, but Fallon wasn't in the video. Then, in 2018, another Reddit user asked, when is Jimmy Fallon going to apologize for wearing blackface? In the question skit, Fallon wore dark makeup and impersonated Chris Rock, and it's an impression that he's done since, most recently on Howard Stern.
Barack Obama. Barack Obama.
Hardy har har, har har, hardy har har. That is so effing funny. And speaking of Howard Stern, well, that makes sense too because, well, there's Howard Stern in blackface. But again, since he's one of them, that's okay. You know, Howard Stern, and again, this is for a live show, has completely been paid to destroy morality. That's his exact job. To feed the goyim, to destroy the goyim's morality. Stern, you're so righteous. You want to... Please don't get me started, man. But see, again, Stern's allowed. He gets a pass, right? And you want to talk about a real racist? You want to talk about somebody who really has hate in their heart? You want to talk about a real misogynist? But he's a billionaire. Stern. Right?
Who saves 9 inches.
Our next pair of judges couldn't be with us in the studio tonight. They're celebrating the new year from a secret location. Here they are, Hollywood's oddest couple, Ted Danson and Whoopi Goldberg, via satellite transmission.
Well, how are you doing there, Missy Robin Quiver? You know, Robin, Whoopi is a whole lot prettier after you drunk a couple of bottles of this here malt liquor.
I mean, that is purposely meant to be offensive, right? But that's okay. He gets a pass. Stern loses nothing. He doesn't get reprimanded. Nobody even really brings it up. Because again, they want equality. They want equality. They want to tell you what's allowed and tell you what isn't allowed. And wait until they get the real control, the communist control. Then when you talk about it, the police will be knocking on your door and take you to an open-air prison camp, one of the Walmarts that they shut down all over the country. Oopsie. I mean, that's what they really do in China. You speak against the government, you say things you're not allowed, the police are at your door within an hour. Right? They want to tell you what equality is. Right? Like Tommy Sotomayor on YouTube saying things like this.
I think that niggas are the world's leeches. Sorry, I just do. I believe that when it comes to the idea of the black females and the black males who are running around right now, I believe that they have embraced niggerdom. I believe that they have embraced the idea of leeching, and we cannot continue to blame the rest of the world for the shit that black people do.
Right. So Tommy gets paid by corporations. He gets protected by YouTube. He gets protected by Google. Petitions are ignored, 15,000 signatures. Meetings are simply ignored by saying, we'll look into it. For almost 10 years, Tommy has used YouTube to spread nothing but separation, racism, and hate. This again is Tommy Sotomayor.
I don't do anything, Larry. All I do is get paid by white supremacy. But I don't do anything. I don't harm any black people, just like Tina. As a matter of fact, unlike Tina, I get paid. Unlike LA, who chases coons for free, I get paid to coon. But I don't harm an individual. I don't harm anyone. Nope. David Duke does that. I back David Duke. Yes, I praise whites who kill blacks, but I still don't kill them.
There you go, right? And I guarantee you right now, Tommy Sotomayor was either just live on a monetized channel, probably his 30th channel, because the rules don't apply to him. Again, Google and YouTube both protect him. They want this message to go out of their left hand while they're telling you with their right hand that they want equality. They're speaking out of the right side of their mouth that Black Lives Matter, and out of the left side of their mouth, they're letting Tommy Sotomayor be their mouthpiece to get this deep into people's minds.
I'm telling white folks, I don't know if my word means nothing. Put this on a racist website right now. Here's a message to white people. Carry your gun, get a license to carry it in person, and if you see a group of these Negroes coming near you, walking towards you, fire upon them. Yep, fire upon them.
There you go, right? But they want equality, and they want to tell you what equality. And on top of that, they also want to tell you that I'm the problem. Me. I am the problem. Me, the white man. Whitey. White. I'm the problem. I'm the same one who lives in the same neighborhood as you. I'm the same one who went to the same school you did. I got the same education you did. I had the same opportunities to go to the colleges you did, unless they're an all-black college or unless you got a full ride somehow through one of the hundreds of entitlements that you can only get with melanin in your skin. See, then we start separating. That's when everybody's, I've asked a lot of close people to me recently, when did you really learn about racism? Because you're not born that way. You're taught to be. And I know that sounds cliche, but I want you to really think what I'm saying. You put a little black kid in a little black boy, 5 years old, in a room. You put a little white boy in a room, 5 years old, and a bunch of toys. And what are they going to do? They're going to play. They're going to sit, hang out, play, laugh, whatever. Okay. They're going to have milk and cookies and all that stuff. And that's going to last till 7, 8, 9, maybe 10, 11, 12, and then 13, 14. You might see some differences. 16, 17, 18. I don't know. But still my boy. Still, we played together when we were little. Then 20, 21, 22, you start seeing different things. And that's when it starts separating. Like, when did you learn to be racist? And let alone your own personal experience. What has the Medea, the enchantress, the ones who control reality, what did they teach you about the white man? What did they teach you about the black man? What did they teach you about the victims they are? When did you learn to be a racist? What taught you to be racist? Because, around that age, 18, 19, 20, 21, is when we really start seeing you have this and this and that available to you because you're black. I don't. Oh, then we got the same job opportunities, the big corporations hiring that's in our area, in our city here. Let's go get a job. We get a job, and then a management position comes up, and oh yeah, no, Covert, you can't have this because you don't have enough melanin in your skin. It's come down from the top. We need to get more minorities in management positions. Sorry. Yeah, no, you can't have that. That's when it starts swinging. Debt, loans. If you're a woman, if you're a minority woman, there's tons of money out there for you. So that's, does that alone teach you to be racist? Not necessarily. Not necessarily, but that's when it starts. But they're going to tell you what's equal. They are the ones that's going to tell you who's allowed to say what, who isn't allowed to say what. Right? That's the power they want, the control they want. And just like here with Trump, they've done all they could do. They used every string they could pull, including trickery, including some military ran campaign to infiltrate TikTok and other apps that kids use so that they could sabotage the Trump rally to get their headlines that Trump's looking sad. Right? This is the level we're at. Everything is stacked against Trump. Everything. Or anybody like Trump. It's not just Trump. It's his ideals. Because that's what we all believe in down here. And they know that. See, that's why they had to let Trump in now. Because they don't have our guns. Or 2016, I should say. Because I'm telling you something. This is why intelligent, God-loving, sane people will never, ever, ever acquiesce to this insanity. It's never going to happen. You can push, we'll bend, we're going to bend, we've been bending. But we're getting very close now. We're getting very close to what is really going to go down in this country. And it's going to be an all-out civil war and a proclamation of this country. And it makes me kind of sad to think that they may have gotten so many immigrants and people who hate America, they may have gotten so many of them into the military by now that the actual Marines and American loving Marines, they won't protect us. I'm starting to fear that. That's why it's coming. It's going to happen soon because they know that too. They know that too. They have to pull the trigger. Why? They either have all the military out of the country, or because this is what it's going to come down to. It's getting to that point. People are ready to seriously show these people who they think is in control. Keep your fucking hands off my wife. Keep your hands off my children. And we've bent a lot in different directions to tolerate your filth, your insanity. I've tried to understand, but I'm sorry, Caitlyn Jenner is not the most amazing woman on the planet Earth. You can continue to try to infiltrate our minds, but you cannot break the God code. You can't break it. Again, I don't care how much technology, how many weapons, how much 5G, mind melting, alpha wave generating, Black Mirror, deep signature inducing coma-like hypnotism that you've perfected, you still cannot break my heart and my mind. And millions of other people. We are keeping score. We're keeping score. Listen, it doesn't matter to me and people like me how close you get to pretend that you are God, because you're not. We know who God is. We know who the Creator is. And you can never erase that. You cannot erase the simple God-given truths. You cannot erase things like morphogenic resonance, even though you can structurally recreate a tree through artificial intelligence. You cannot recreate the seed that God himself has designed of the oak tree, or the morphogenic field, the resonant field that's tapped into the ether that allows that little seed to grow into a 1,000-year-old, 500-foot strong, unbendable, unbreakable oak tree. You can't change that. Your technology can't change that. You can mock it and you can sort of mimic it, but you'll never get there. faith without works is dead, right? Isn't that written? Faith without works is dead. James 2:14. What does it profit, my brethren, if someone says he has faith but does not have works? Can faith save him? You could tell me you want, and I'm going off. You could tell me you want equality. You can tell me you want equality. But until you show me, then it doesn't matter. And everybody listening to my voice understands that. If a brother or sister is naked and destitute of daily food, and one of you says to them, "Depart in peace, be warned and filled," but you do not give them the things which are needed for the body, what does it profit? It profits nobody. Thus, also, faith by itself, if it does not have works, it's dead. But someone will say, "You have faith, and I have works. Show me your faith without your works, and I will show you my faith by my works." You believe that there is one God. You do well. Even the demons believe. See, that's the beauty of all of this. I know, all of us out here know. We all know already. And we also know you know. And we also know you tremble. But you do not want to know, O foolish man, that faith without works is dead. Was not Abraham our father justified by works when he offered Isaac his son on the altar? Do you see that faith was working together with his works, and by works faith was made perfect? And the scripture was fulfilled, which says, Abraham believed God, and it was accounted to him for righteousness, and he was called the friend of God. We are all friends of God. We're silent. For the most part, we stay back. We're watching and we're keeping score. And I'm telling you, we're close. You cannot continue to tell us what you think is equality, because we can see your works. We can see them. You see then that a man is justified by works and not by faith alone or only. Likewise, was not Rahab the harlot also justified by works when she received the messengers and sent them out another way? For as the body without the spirit is dead, so faith without works is dead also. That's a fact. Your magic doesn't work on us. Your AI doesn't work on us. And I'm starting to think your weapons aren't really working on us either. Because intelligent, God-loving, sane people, we're never going to acquiesce to this. And we're going to continue to shine lights. It's in us. You can't, there's nothing you can do to make me say 2 + 2 is 5. And I know your delusions and your trickery wants the world to believe that the white race has been conquered. Our women with your pornography has been conquered. Our children with your transvestite story time and all your shit. Our children with your education has been conquered. And now you think you're going to really start the transhumanistic sequence by altering our genes and our cells with this new vaccine. And it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen, because that's when it starts. It's a joke. And I'll just say one last thing. It makes me sick to my stomach that on YouTube now I'm seeing I'm seeing like, I'm Joe Biden. I see lots of questions. Like, you can't even understand what he's saying. And you mean to tell me that you are so delusional? I'm saying you Democrats and you communists, that you're so delusional that you don't understand that people see right through Joe Biden. Are you fucking serious? You again want people to believe you want equality, but now we're supposed to ignore the 8 or so women that have come forward who has accused Joe Biden of sexual assault or inappropriate sexual behavior. We're supposed to ignore that. But you want equality. Joe Biden was suffering. Are you kidding me? Lucy Flores, Caitlin Caruso, Ali Cole, DJ Hill, Amy Lapos, Sophie Karasik, Vel Conert, Yont, like 7, 8, 9 women have all come out and they've all said, me too. But I guess we're all supposed to ignore that? We're supposed to ignore that Joe Biden was the author of the Crime Control Act? Which added millions and millions of dollars for police, added millions and millions of dollars to police unions and equipment and all. Again, Clinton Obama completely surrounded this country with military and put military on the street. Right? Here are all the times Joe Biden has been accused of acting inappropriately towards women and girls. But they want equality. They only want to tell you what women are equal and what women are not due respect or due enough, I guess honor would be the word that some creepy old guy isn't going to touch all over them. There's some women that are due that respect, and there's some women who are not, and we're going to give you that list. The communists are going to tell us who. That's their definition of equality. Right? 8 women have alleged that Biden either touched them inappropriately or violated their personal space in ways that made them uncomfortable. One of those women, Tara Reid, alleges that Biden sexually assaulted her in 1993. Biden has unequivocally denied assaulting or harassing Reid. Well, didn't, what's his name? Harry or Henry, what's his name? Harry, I don't know. Weinstein, didn't he unequivocally deny it? Didn't Bill Clinton unequivocally deny, I did not have sexual relations with that woman? Didn't Obama unequivocally deny his hot dog trips from Detroit or something? Him and Mike? Michelle? Biden has also been criticized for repeatedly commenting on the physical appearance of women on the campaign trail and for refusing to explicitly apologize for his behavior. But this is the guy that these people keep forcing down everybody's throat. Again, they do every nasty, crazy trick in the book with everything they control and own to get one headline and one picture, and they keep pushing this down everybody's throat like it's okay because we want equality and we're going to tell you who is equal and who isn't. A guy who can't even comprise a fully intelligent sentence most times. Talk about the Crime Control Act. Huh? There he is. Joe Biden's 1990s crime bill was a disaster. he could make a bigger mistake as president. Oh, you think? He can't even talk. Right? Look. The Violent Crime Control and Law Enforcement Act. This was written by Joe Biden. Sponsored by Representative Jack Brooks. The bill was originally written by Senator Joe Biden. There's Joe, Uncle Joe, of Delaware, and it was passed by Congress and signed into law by Bill Clinton. The act of Congress dealing with crime and law enforcement, it became law in 1994. It is the largest crime bill in the history of the United States and consisted of 356 pages that provided for 100,000 new police officers, almost $10 billion in funding for prisons, and $6.1 billion in funding for prevention programs, which basically was created by police officers. And then Obama was probably the second largest, or maybe toppled this with the Strong Cities Initiative. So Clinton and Obama, again, built nothing but prisons and did nothing but put military on the streets. And now they're using their digital tyranny, their digital terror, their digital tenocracy to control the outcome of a new election. Google has admitted this. They've been caught doing it, actually. Not admitted it, they denied it. Sundar Pichai denied this, and he should be in prison right now. But hey, they're Google. They're going to tell you what is equal. It's just unbelievable to me. You know, I didn't want to make this long. We're going to wrap it up. Actually, I may have a part 2 of this because I wanted to talk about, once they passed the Crime and Control Act and Clinton put, billions of dollars into the prison system, hundreds of thousands of new police, and then Obama finished it off with military equipment, weapons, tanks, armored vehicles all over the streets. What do you think they're going to do now if Biden gets in another few months? This is a very important video, and there's actually more to this. I'm gonna record it in a second part, but I wanted to talk about the $27 billion that the what do they call them? Sanctuary cities are getting, and how these Democrats are basically paid to keep people poor, to keep people unemployed, to keep people having kids that they're going to have in the system. It's just what they're creating. See, because here's the simple answer. They win. The more people that they can get on government programs and welfare and food stamps and handouts and, all this shit, the more people they can bring to their county, their state, the more money they get federally to keep this going. So that's where the sanctuary cities come from, and Trump's trying to stop that. But they overrode it, just like the Dreamers, the courts over. We're almost here. That's all I'm saying. We're almost at the end. So I'm going to have a part 2 coming up to this. My voice is going anyway. But if you want to become a Patreon, I appreciate the new Patreons that came on recently. We're going to have a lot of cool new things coming up on Patreon, and eventually soon, before I actually know I'm going to get kicked off of YouTube, we'll probably have Patreon only content. Or this channel, I should say, because like I said, I'm never leaving YouTube. But if you want to become a Patreon, do so. Look out for part 2 of this. I may consider this the Sunday show. Just because I recorded it on Sunday doesn't mean it is, but You know, I don't know. It's late. I'm tired. You guys take care. Have a good day.